The reason why we love the Attitude Era so much is because for a lot of us, especially my generation, and I'd say maybe the next one down, it was our first shot of adrenaline that we actually got to see on TV. It was the first programming that pushed the envelope, that gave us a little bit of vulgarity, that gave us some excitement, that honestly, that was so impactful and amazing. It made us tune in Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, even for the pay-per-views when we had to pay per view. What's going on, everybody? My name is Wanye Picante, and you're tuned in to WrestleHolics Radio. Hey, I just want to first and foremost thank everybody for tuning in, liking, subscribing, and replying to all of our shorts and videos. We are in the process of responding to as many as we can. So if we haven't responded to you yet, we're going to, because guess what? We want the smoke. So please understand that we love you. But we're going to get down to the nitty gritty of wrestling topics, thoughts, and opinions. So that's what we do here. That's what we do best. So no take is a bad take. So keep taking. So with the, I'd say the preview of the new era that we've gotten, we've had a couple SmackDowns, we've had a couple Raws, we've had a couple NXTs, and we've even had a premium live event, which I just have to first off say that premium live event was a banger. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Not necessarily too much on the surprise angle, but just as a wrestling program, I thought it was quite enjoyable. It kept me interested beginning to end, and not a lot of dull spots. But I have to ask a question because I'm seeing some things, and a couple things are starting to arise for me. The question I have to ask is WWE ready to get Raw? We all know that we're about 7 months out before the Netflix deal that Raw will be streamed on Netflix exclusively. But I guess my reason for asking that question is, with the switching of the platform and with the Easter eggs and little breadcrumbs that we're seeing about how we're getting more aggressive with our promos, we're getting more vulgar with the content, we're allowing for the showing of blood, the essence of a hardcore match. I have to ask, is WWE really ready to go there? Because if we go there, we're borderline trying to rebirth the Attitude Era 2.0. And when I think about it, there's a great thing that I'm really starting to notice among all wrestling fans. Us as wrestling fans, me included, we have a certain romanticization or a certain, I hate to say it this way, but boy crush on the Attitude Era.
Oh shit.
Yes, the thing that you won't let go. Every time you see something new, you always compare it to. It's okay. I get it. I was the same way. The reason why we love the Attitude Era so much is because for a lot of us, especially my generation, and I'd say maybe the next one down, it was our first shot of adrenaline that we actually got to see on TV. It was the first programming that pushed the envelope, that gave us a little bit of vulgarity, that gave us some excitement, that honestly, that was so impactful and amazing. It made us tune in Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, even for the pay-per-views when we had to pay per view.
Why you calling me? I'm right.
That was a rough era, but hey, we absolutely ate it up. Me included. There is not many wrestling fans that will tell you that, oh, I ain't really like the Attitude Era. Stop the cap. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Because you loved it. It gave you so many emotions and feelings. And with the myriad of wrestlers and personas and gimmicks, faces, heel turns, even the tweeners, you loved every minute of it. And that's okay. That's fine. But don't let it cloud your judgment as it pertains to the current iteration of wrestling. I have to say something that's very hard for me as a wrestling fan and you as a viewer. But please understand, the Attitude Era of WWE in our eyes is Michael Jordan as it pertains to wrestling. The current embodiment of WWE is the LeBron James. It has surpassed all statistical categories.
Wow, man. Damn.
It's given us new fond memories, but we won't let it go. In our eyes, nothing is better than the Attitude Era. Oh, the Tribal Chief is bland. Cody Rhodes is great. Everything going on right now, you will not sit there and accept the greatness that we're witnessing. I know. Trust me. I myself, like I say, I grew up, love the Attitude Era, but right now, we're getting some of the best wrestling I've seen in my life. And you're gonna say, oh, well, the storytelling, the long-term storytelling isn't there. Yes, it is. You have to be able to differentiate feelings and fact. Because right now, the facts are that we're in a golden era of wrestling. So you have to let that go. I know the Attitude Era won the 6 rings. I know the Attitude Era was winning Defensive Player of the Year. But here's the thing. The same way that people in the NBA are essentially downplaying what LeBron James has been able to do from a longevity standpoint, from a monetary standpoint, from a statistical standpoint, don't be like them. Enjoy what you have, because when it's gone, you're absolutely gonna miss it. And you're gonna romanticize and fantasize about what we have. It's the same exact reason why every time there is anything dealing with Cody Rhodes, 9 times out of 10, there's a small, how do I say this? There's a small mention or there's a callback to the Tribal Chief. If you watched SmackDown and even anything dealing with the PLE this weekend, there was, thank you, Roman. It's wild. We've got a new champion, but we can't get over the old because it was that great. The same way that when Stone Cold music hits, crowd goes wild because you know who's coming. So it's okay. I get it. It's fine. But just don't miss what we have right now, because we've got a really great thing. And for WWE to go forward, you as a fan have to go with it too, because if not, the only thing you're gonna do is miss the moment. Don't miss the moment with this. This is great, so don't miss the moment. When AEW started out, it was fresh, it was different. It honestly gave us something that we hadn't had for years. I would dare say that AEW walked through the door that WWE left open. But that was necessary. I mean, why not? AEW was just a rebellious wrestling promotion with WWE's blueprint. They embodied everything that WWE said you couldn't do. You couldn't curse on TV. You couldn't have blood in your matches. You couldn't show hardcore wrestling. What AEW did, it was just like, hey, I'll take those leftovers and I'll make it great. Case in point, the same reason that WWE decided that, hey, we don't need you. Some of this talent, especially in the mid-card realm, WWE decided, nah, we're going to let you go due to budget cuts. But AEW had a great model and plan. AEW said, hey, WWE, you don't like it? We'll take it. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to put a ring on it. Yeah, AEW followed Beyonce's advice and definitely put a ring on it. And by ring, I mean championship. Think about all of the WWE wrestlers that left after their non-complete cause, or it was just after a myriad of time. They were made champions when they went to AEW. If we go through a quick list, Chris Jericho, AEW champion. John Huber, TNT champion. Jon Moxley, AEW champion. Cody Rhodes, TNT champion. Samoa Joe, AEW champion. Toni Storm, women's AEW champion. I mean, you get the picture. All of these people that WWE essentially wrote off, AEW was like, yep, we'll take that. And they sprinkled it right in to fit in with what AEW was going to become and what it was at that very time. So with AEW continuing to essentially get raw, be different, go against the grain, give people what they want. Can WWE follow, or if anything, get back to their gritty roots to give the people what they want? Because you and I both know, when it comes to Netflix, you can see just about anything on Netflix. The issue that we're going to run into is WWE ready to get away from the regular TV guidelines and give people a great show, give people what they've been longing for WWE to take off the seatbelt and go 100 miles an hour. The next big issue that I feel like we're gonna run into with WWE going to Netflix, I feel like we're gonna have essentially a battle. I feel like we're gonna have essentially entertainment versus endorsements, you know? And it goes back to beg the question, how raw is WWE willing to go? Are we talking Netflix and chill raw? Or are we talking HBO late night softcore raw? Because if WWE gives us the real raw, WWE will not necessarily get back to the dominance that it was as far as the Attitude Era. It will become beyond just a global brand. The same way that we have, I call it cross-pollination. The same way that when NFL superstar Travis Kelce started dating, when he started dating Taylor Swift, the NFL saw a super increase and spike in sales. Not because of the product, not because of the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. It was because it was able to draw in another audience. It was able to cross-pollinate. So you had the pop culture meeting the culture of the NFL. And when WWE goes to Netflix, if they have raw enough content, they're gonna pull in people that don't watch wrestling, that have no real interest in the WWE. But they're going to tune in because it's gonna be new. It's gonna be advertised. It's gonna be marketed. The problem that we're gonna have is if we get into focusing on the sponsors. If we get too deep down the rabbit hole of following and doing what these sponsors want us to do, or taking away time from matches so we can essentially highlight certain products, we're slowly getting into it now. I'm pretty sure you've seen it with Prime. Think about it. How many times during the Premium Live event this weekend did we have cutaways to the hydration station? Even during the match, we saw the Prime logo in the center of the ring for the first time since it was debuted on SmackDown with Randy Orton and Logan Paul. That's just one brand. Can you really imagine how many other brands and sponsorships and paid advertising there gonna be just for that opportunity to get in that arena and to be seen by that many people? You have to really sit down and think about it. Weekly, WWE, between all of their shows, they have millions of views. And if even, we'll just say half of that, even if we threw out a number, we say, all right, cool. Hey, WWE has 2 million views on Raw, right? Even if we cut that in half and we say 1 million people are gonna be able to see Raw on Netflix, do you not think that there's gonna be a bidding war for opportunity to advertise their products, to advertise their merchandise, to advertise their services? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. When this goes to Netflix, I honestly think that you're not even gonna be able to have an ad-free version of Raw, because it's gonna generate so much revenue that you're gonna have no choice but to sit through it. And WWE's gonna fold, because don't get me wrong, hey, they didn't put together the TKO because they weren't trying to make money. This is going to be profitable. That's why they signed such a big deal. This is going to be probably, I'd say, as far as like money wise and advertising, the deals that WWE cuts are probably going to be the equivalent of Super Bowl ad commercials. But I gotta say, I really hope WWE gives us what we want as viewers and as purists and people who love WWE. At your core, you may not like all of WWE, but there's a reason why you tune in every week. There's a reason why you pay for overpriced t-shirts. There's a reason why you pay for action figures that you as an adult won't play with. There's a reason why you buy championship replica belts, because you're a part of the brand. You're indoctrinated in it, and it's fine. I am too. I've got more WWE merch than I know what to do with. We're collectors. We like it. It gives us a break from our everyday life. My biggest thing is I just want WWE to deliver the goods. Give us what we want. You know what we want. Give me what I want. But hey, that's all the time we got today, guys. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing. If you have not subscribed by now, please subscribe, turn your notifications on, so that way you won't miss any of the hot content that comes from WrestleHolics Radio. Thank you.